Why did Jungkook cry uncontrollably in Taehyung's arms, right on the day of his military discharge? What exactly was said? And what secret was revealed in that sudden embrace? The public was taken aback. The atmosphere turned tense, emotional, and full of questions after Taehyung, without warning, appeared in front of Jungkook on that very significant day. This was not just an ordinary meeting. What happened that made Jungkook break down in tears so deeply? Why did this moment become a turning point? What was hidden all along? Amid high curiosity surrounding the fate of BTS after military service, this scene shocked many. A moment that was supposed to be full of celebration turned into a sudden and dramatic emotional outpouring. The tears, the hug, the gaze full of meaning. This wasn't something that could be explained away as coincidence. Was there something deeper between the two of them? Was this an emotional burden that had been held in too long, based on widespread public discussion and indirect insider statements? Speculation about a special moment between Jungkook and Taehyung has gained momentum. Taehyung's arrival without prior notice to Jungkook, on the day he completed his military duty, was an event that escaped all media prediction. There were no signs of this meeting being planned or leaked beforehand. In fact, the media on site seemed stunned to see Taehyung appearing calmly, making his way through the crowd to Jungkook, who froze in disbelief the moment he saw his bandmate. Witnesses at the scene noted that Jungkook's expression changed instantly. His stance collapsed, as if holding back something heavy, until he finally burst into tears as Taehyung opened his arms. That tearful hug lasted for several minutes. And what was even more surprising, Taehyung was also seen wiping his eyes afterward. It was no longer just a matter of reunion. It was an emotional climax, the likes of which had never been witnessed by the public before. What exactly caused Jungkook to cry like that? What did Taehyung say or do before the moment? This question continues to swirl, unanswered but repeatedly asked by armies and observers alike. Was it because of the overwhelming pressure Jungkook had felt all along? Was there a long-standing misunderstanding or regret? Or perhaps a promise made during difficult times? Every possibility became a topic of intense speculation on social media platforms. One source close to the agency revealed anonymously that Jungkook had long harbored deep emotions, especially regarding the group's uncertain direction post-enlistment. The pressure he felt as the youngest member, expected to stay strong, reliable, and unaffected, apparently took its toll. Jungkook rarely talks about his internal struggles, the source said. So when Taehyung appeared, it was as if everything he had been suppressing finally burst out. Not only that, speculation also emerged regarding a statement Taehyung reportedly whispered during the hug. While there is no official confirmation, some lip-reading fans claim to have seen Taehyung say, "I'm here now. I won't leave again." If this is true, it raises further questions. Was there a period of distance between them? Did something happen during their service that drove a wedge? Or was this a sign of reconciliation after an unspoken tension? Adding to the intrigue, several fans also highlighted that this moment came after months of silence between the two. Previously known to be very close, Taehyung and Jungkook hadn't been seen communicating directly in recent public events. Some assumed it was due to military schedules. But after this outburst, that assumption seemed shallow. Was there something deeper? A rift? A personal issue never brought to light? Experts in public communication and K-pop observers also weighed in. According to analyst Kang Do-hyun, this scene isn't just fan service or dramatics. This was a human moment, a rare glimpse into the psychological toll the members bear. Jungkook's tears represent more than just missing a friend. They reflect the burden of fame, separation, expectations, and possibly personal guilt or longing. On the other hand, some argue that this could be a strategic move, planned or at least welcomed by the agency to build momentum ahead of the group's next phase. Yet, even the most skeptical voices admit the emotion shown by Jungkook cannot be staged. That kind of breakdown, one body language expert commented, can't be faked. The sobbing, the clutching, the uncontrollable tears, those were real. What also caught attention was that after the hug, Jungkook reportedly whispered something back to Taehyung. A fan-recorded clip with enhanced audio suggests he said, "Why now?" A phrase that only deepened the mystery. Why did Jungkook ask that? Was it a question about timing? About the pain of waiting? Or was it a subtle message referring to something that had occurred between them in the past? Neither HYB nor the members have released an official statement as of this writing. The silence only fuels further speculation. Was this a personal moment accidentally captured? Or will it become a pivotal chapter in BTS's history going forward? Many are now demanding answers. Some want clarity. Others simply want to respect the members' privacy. Regardless, the moment has already left an indelible mark on the fandom. Veteran entertainment columnist Lee Ji-won commented, "This is one of the most emotional scenes we've ever seen from BTS." And what makes it extraordinary is how unscripted it felt. We often see curated content, but this was raw, and it speaks volumes. The emotional outburst also brought up discussions about the mental health of idols. Once again, the spotlight returns to how K-pop stars are required to hold themselves together under immense public pressure. Jungkook's tears weren't weakness, they were honesty, tweeted a psychologist who studies fan culture. Let this be a reminder that idols are human, too. As the dust settles and fans await any form of statement or explanation, one thing is certain. The bond between Jungkook and Taehyung is deeper than many had assumed. This event is a reminder that beyond the stage, choreography, and music charts, there are real people with real emotions navigating an extraordinary life under an extraordinary spotlight. So, what really happened that day? What did Jungkook carry all this time that only Taehyung's presence could unlock? What made that hug so powerful, so necessary, so heartbreaking? Until the silence is broken, all we have are tears, questions, and a powerful image that will stay with fans for years to come. After an in-depth investigation into the shocking news about Jungkook reportedly crying loudly in Taehyung's arms on the day of his discharge from military service, it can be concluded that the circulating information cannot be verified as true. Although this news has spread rapidly on social media and has become a hot topic of discussion in various fan forums, there is no concrete evidence supporting the narrative, either factually or documentarily. The main source of this news is known to have come from an anonymous social media post that was not accompanied by visual documentation or any official statements from the agency, BTS members, or relevant staff. There was also no official broadcast from HYB or Bigot Music regarding the alleged incident. Furthermore, when the time and location of Jungkook's discharge from military duty were cross-checked, no credible media coverage confirmed Taehyung's sudden appearance, let alone the emotional moment describing Jungkook crying in his embrace. It is important to emphasize that the two BTS members do have an emotional closeness that has developed over a long time, and it is not new to the public that they support each other both personally and professionally. However, exaggerating their interaction without valid grounds can lead to misperceptions and excessive speculation among fans. Experts in public communication and media analysis have also noted that news like this tends to emerge when there is a lack of official information from the agency, especially when the members are undergoing military service. In such situations, many parties easily construct emotional narratives to attract readers' attention, even if their truthfulness is doubtful. In this context, the presence of clickbait content full of surprises and drama but lacking validation has become a pattern that needs to be watched in today's digital media ecosystem. This does not mean that warm moments between Jungkook and Taehyung behind the scenes are impossible, but without solid evidence and official clarification, such narratives should still be treated as rumors or assumptions, not facts. Consuming information without verification will only add to the confusion and create excessive expectations of idols who should be respected in their private space. In conclusion, the news about Jungkook crying loudly in Taehyung's arms on the day of his discharge from military service cannot be verified and is not based on any evidence or official statement. The public, especially ARMY and K-pop fans in general, are urged to be more prudent in responding to information circulating on social media and not to immediately believe issues that lack reliable sources. Clarifications like this are important to keep the information ecosystem healthy, accurate, and not turn emotions into a tool to shape public opinion.